Wonderful. Well, welcome very much to the Ben Beard Show. So today it's a little different because Ben is normally behind the microphone and normally interviewing us. And I think I was your first podcast guest, wasn't I?
Yes, you were.
Yeah. And so this time what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to interview Ben because unfortunately, while you're behind the microphone interviewing us, we don't get to hear a lot about you or know about you or find out the cool things about Ben Beard. So we're going to switch it up a little bit today. So we hope you guys enjoy it. We are currently here. We're going to call this the Ben Beard Happy Hour podcast because we are currently here at Game 1. You can see the people behind me enjoying beverages in this amazing patio weather. It's crazy to believe like this is the weather in February, right?
Isn't it amazing? That's one of my favorite things about Las Cruces.
Yeah. Did you survive Snowpocalypse 2021? It was scary.
Oh yeah, it was terrifying.
It was 8 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I nearly died.
I got my shovel out and I was ready, and my mother was in a panic that she wasn't going to be able to drive her non-4-wheel drive, and 8 minutes later it was over.
Yep.
The people that are in Chicago right now suffering from some kind of epic snowstorm, I really feel bad for them.
I just saw a friend in New York posted, I think he had 19 inches and it was still snowing. I was like, oh.
I think we would shut down. We don't even know what to do.
No, we would, like 4 inches, we would shut down completely.
Are you kidding?
With a half inch, we shut down.
We once canceled school in anticipation of snow. It still didn't snow, but they thought it would, so they canceled school for the next day. Whatever.
I love it.
But anyway, okay, so Ben, tell us a little bit about you. I want to know, are you from Cruces or did you move to Cruces?
Okay, so I'm going to preface this with last season, the first season, my wife did interview me and ask the standard questions, and I know we gave you the standard questions, so you are welcome to go off script. So
I'm going to. I just wanted to warm you up a little bit before I got to the interesting stuff.
Yeah, so I am not from Las Cruces originally. I grew up in Kaysville, Utah. Have been in Las Cruces for almost 9 years now.
God, so you're almost a local. Almost. You're close.
Getting there.
Yeah, you're close to a local.
So I've been here 9 years. We started our business in fall of 2017.
Nice.
So coming up 3.5 years now.
And how did you survive, this great shutdown of 2020? Like, did it affect you? I mean, it affected everybody, but did it affect the business? Did it cause a lot of stress? I know some builders did really well. So, what was 2020 for you?
Yeah, 2020 was a really interesting year for everyone, obviously. We were not dramatically affected by everything, thank goodness.
Yeah.
We did lose a few deals. But overall, I mean, things just changed because now we don't have as much traffic coming into our model home as we used to.
Yes.
And we were very model home focused. Let's sell out of the model home. Now it's very online focused. Very few people coming into the model home. We're starting to get some more now. People are getting a little bit less afraid and willing to go out a little bit more and able to go out a little bit more. But still so it's different than what it was.
It was definitely
14 months ago. Definitely a pivot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some more online sales. That's amazing. And the other thing, okay, so I want to get to the really interesting thing about you, and you just posted this, I believe, yesterday, right? On Facebook yesterday. You had said that you have done 10,000. Okay, I want everybody to go 10,000.
10,000
push-ups since January 1st.
Since January 5th.
Since January
30 days.
5th.
30 days.
10,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
10,000.
Okay. So
actually, I think I did 10,000 and something. I did a little bit more.
10,000 and you just quit? Yeah. You just quit counting? I don't really blame you.
I did a few more. I was going to finish out the whole day yesterday, and then I just got behind, and I'm so sore that I just said I'm not going to finish out the day.
That's okay, so what? The math is 333 push-ups a day.
On average, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Why?
Okay.
Why did you decide to do this?
So a friend of mine, we kind of agreed last fall to be our each other's accountability partners for our exercise. And so he sent me this invitation, and that day I was actually visiting family out of town, and I had been doing some push-ups with a brother-in-law, and he kicked my butt. And I was like, I gotta step up my push-up game.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that to my accountability partner. Don't do this. It's a bad idea. Because then he goes, hey, he just did that whole 75 hard challenge that a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing that, and I am very proud of all of them.
Me too.
I made it 8, not days, hours.
There you go.
I did 8 hours hard.
8 hard.
But I would like to point out, Ben has accountability partners. If we can swing the camera just a moment to that table, those are my accountability partners. Does that tell you my problem? Like, these are my accountability partners, okay? You know, this is my problem right here. There they are. So you have better accountability partners than I do. Mine are all cocktails. Let's go. That's accountability.
Hey, whatever your goals are.
Yeah. I think ours are slightly skewed.
So he extended this challenge, and he started doing it. He was doing like 200 in the morning, 100 at night kind of thing. And I was like, I can't do that. I literally probably did not do 100 push-ups in all of 2020.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I wasn't doing that. I'm swimming. I occasionally run and make myself suffer, but I just do other things. I don't do a lot of push-ups in the weightlifting. And so he challenged me to do this, and I did the math, and I did the math wrong, it turns out.
Oh, great. That's good.
So the way I calculated it was I will do this 17 hours a day, every hour on the hour, and I did 21 push-ups every hour.
On the hour.
Yeah. I didn't always do them on the hour, but that was the idea. So I set up my phone was this whole list
so you didn't
of
do
reminders.
Like 333 at one time?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool, because I thought that's what you did. And I was
no.
like, damn it.
No. That would be hard. I wish I could do that. Maybe one day.
2021, it's still really early.
That's right.
Okay, so here's what I think. I think we need to have a little push-up demonstration, right? Because I was going to do a push-up competition, and then I realized that it would look really funny because I just would lay on the ground, and Ben would be doing push-ups, and he would win. Which, you're going to win anyway because I've done like 20 in 20 years, maybe. So we want a little push-up demonstration. Do you mind indulging us?
Do you want to do this right now?
Let's do this right now, but let's do it like with something fun. Can you like take a drink while you're doing push-ups? Hold your drink. What cool things can we do other than a push-up? Or do you want to just show us the correct push-up?
I don't know if I did. People are going to laugh at my form probably. I'm sure someone's going to tell me that I don't do it right.
You did 10,000. It doesn't matter what they say. Nobody cares.
I figured over the course of 10,000, I definitely got to work out. I'm very sore.
You did a lot more than me and my accountability buddies over there.
Okay.
You did. We might have lifted a drink then.
So I'm going to try and take a drink while I do a push-up.
Okay, let's do it right here. Can you guys see? We're going to adjust some camera angles. This is important. Hold on, I'm going to yell at my accountability partners. Hey, accountability partners. Ben's doing push-ups. We're going to cheer. He's going to do push-ups and drinks.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Cheering.
See, my accountability partners, they're on it all the time. All right, come on, Ben. Woo! Woo! Yay! Look at that form. You're doing a great job. Okay, push up and drink. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost one-handed. Almost. Okay, all right. Good job, Ben. Thank you. There you go. We now have proof that Ben Beard is able to do 10,000 push-ups. Okay, so that was just the fun part. Sorry, I had to comment on that because that was just amazing. I was like, you did how many? I was like, it's only February.
I know.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. So February 1st, I switched to squats. I just liked that every hour on the hour doing something.
Yeah.
So far,
I like that system though, because there's a lot of people like definitely doing the 75 hard that says you have 2 workouts a day, and there's a lot of people that say that there's not enough time in their day, to really work out and do those things. I'm vastly underemployed, and I still use that excuse. I found out I used to say that I couldn't work, I didn't have enough time to work out, and then 2020 happened, and I became vastly underemployed, and I also learned that that really isn't
that wasn't the real excuse.
That wasn't the reason. That was the excuse, but it was not the reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that theory that you do just a little bit every hour on the hour. It takes like how long?
Less than a minute.
Okay, so I mean, really, this is something that anybody can do.
You can do it.
Whichever way you do it, whatever you do, you can do it. I really like that.
And the cool part is I don't get sweaty. It's 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get sweaty, so I'm not going to feel like, oh crap, now I'm all gross, in the middle of my work day. It was a little weird. I have people that work in the same office as me. We don't have separate offices. It's just one room with 3 of us in there.
Like all of a sudden you drop to the floor.
And I just get down and go do push-ups. And it's a little weird, but I think it's actually weirder with the squats now than it was with the push-ups.
I think it might be. I'm sure the first time you dropped down, they're like, oh my God, Ben's having a heart attack.
I warned them. I did tell them what I was doing, so they didn't think I was psycho. But I did push-ups in the Spokane, Washington airport. That was the first day. I was traveling home. That was a genius idea. Start doing this push-up challenge on the way home.
I think
so Spokane, Phoenix airport on multiple occasions in the last 30 days. It was an adventure. I got all kinds of weird looks.
We won't talk about the quarantine thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I've been home for a while.
Okay, let's talk about, we know about business. Let's talk about another piece. Like, tell me how you feel about Las Cruces, because you've been here a long time. You've been here for 9 years, so you're almost local. You're like that close, babe.
Yeah.
That close to being a local. I was born here, right? And so far, I've moved across the hall. Like, that's all I've done. Yes, I still live with my parents. For the people who think I live in a giant house, no, I live with my parents. So tell me, how do you feel about Las Cruces? Like, what do you think of our community? How do you feel about, being a part of what Las Cruces is?
So I love Las Cruces. It is not where I ever thought I would be. Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, I worked for a mail business for a while in college. We would send direct mail pieces, and I saw the name Las Cruces. Shout out to Getz Funeral Home.
Oh, I know.
Sent some mail pieces for them. Never been in one since I've lived here in the last 9 years, thank goodness. But,
okay, well, if you ever want to tour, those are my buddies. I'll be happy to take you.
Perfect.
Do a nice
Hey, we'll
job.
get them on the podcast.
I send all of the people that need their services to them.
Okay. Well, we'll get them on the podcast because that'd be fun.
No, Chad's amazing.
So I knew the name, but I came and interviewed I got called to do an interview with a builder here in town. Did the interview. They offered me the job, and I was like, "Where's Las Cruces, guys? I've never been within 500 miles of there. Can I at least come see the place before I accept the job or not?" So they flew me down here. I checked it out. It was cool. I was here for like 24 hours. Decided to take the job and came down to Las Cruces and have been here ever since. We really came down thinking this would be a
Now, did your
2 to
wife
3
come
year
with
job.
you? Were you already married by then?
We were engaged.
Oh.
I was asking her to marry me at the same time as asking her if she was willing to move to Las Cruces, New
Hey,
Mexico.
baby, I love you. I got a new destination.
I love you. Do you want to graduate college and move to New Mexico with me?
Yeah.
She's all, where?
These two things kind of go together. I feel like I should ask them.
Yeah.
At the same time. Yeah.
So she actually had to stay in Utah to finish an internship that summer. So I moved down here in April of 2012 and was here by myself. I lived in a house with 4 dudes from church, and I hated it here because it was not where my fiance was. So I would hate it anywhere.
That makes a difference when you're engaged.
Yeah.
After you've been married 20 years, it's a different deal. You're like, hey, they're out of town. Cool.
Yeah. But after that, once she came down here, we got married in August. She came down, and it's been great. It's been fun.
Oh, wonderful.
I love the Las Cruces community. We're getting to know a lot more people. We've moved all over town, so that's been fun to be in different parts of town.
What's your one favorite thing? If you were going to go tell somebody about Las Cruces, what would be the one thing that you would tell them?
My default is the weather.
Yeah, the weather's amazing.
Honestly, it's
we're sitting
February
outside.
5th, and I'm in short sleeves. I always say, I can go Christmas shopping in short sleeves.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Especially from Utah.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Those of us that have only lived here, we're like, I don't know what you people with snow are talking about. Like, we don't what, snow tires.
But
what?
the problem is now I've acclimated, and now it's like I say I don't believe in less than 75 anymore.
Yeah.
Because at 60 degrees I'm like freezing.
Oh, it really is. All of us are like, oh my gosh, it's so cold.
Yeah.
People are like, it's 65. There's
Everyone's
people
like,
here
you're from Utah, you should be okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's
no.
people here that the snowbirds come in and they're like hanging out in shorts, and we're all in our coats. We're just freezing to death at 65 degrees because we're spoiled.
Yeah.
I would say, and there's a lead to this, I would say one of the things that I like best, and I've lived here my whole life, one of the things that I like best about Las Cruces is that no matter how big the town gets, it's always a small community, and it's a community that always takes care of each other. And, we were, back when Pink was, popping out their $1 million a year fundraisers, it was some national magazine, I don't know who it was, some national magazine said that Las Cruces was one of the most generous cities in the United States. Wow. One of the few things we've ever, won awards for. And I really
one of the few positive things.
Yeah, a few positive things. That's true. Usually with the bottom of the list. But I definitely think that is a big piece of it. And certainly, I know that, tell me what you feel about charity work and about taking care of your community, because I know that for a fact, you came on and sponsored our Thanksgiving food drive, because obviously food security is a huge issue right now.
Yeah.
COVID took out a whole bunch of people's jobs. People are starving. It was a mess. And, I want to let you know, so I heard that Ben had planned on sponsoring the Home Builders food box giveaway, and that Home Builders had decided because of COVID not to do it. And so I called him, I got sent a text right after the meeting, so I called Ben and I said, hey, I heard that you want to do food boxes. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, good. I was like, you want to do them with me because we need a sponsor for food boxes. And he's like, absolutely not a problem. Boom, I'll donate this much. And he basically financed the entire food box deal, which was huge. It didn't take any sales pitch. It was no thing. It was no begging. nothing about publicity. It was about, yes, these people need help. I want to do something, and so we did it. So tell me a little bit about what, yes, charity work's important, but what do you feel like is your responsibility to the community in which you live?
Well, so that particular example, honestly, it was a little bit of rebellion. The Home Builders Association couldn't do their normal turkey drive because we couldn't get people together to put the boxes, and we couldn't distribute through the schools like we normally do because schools aren't in.
Yeah.
Schools didn't have a distribution system to get to the individual homes. And I just said, you know what, I am so sick of COVID canceling every good thing this year. Screw it, we're going to make this happen. I don't care how we do it. You had the resources. And I was like, please
well, I like
do
it when you rebel. Anytime you're ready to rebel, honey, I will take it. I will take the donation. Actually, speaking of donation, I'm going to call Ben out right now for something.
Okay.
So we all know what happened with our state police and the very sad, horrible, tragic loss of life of that officer.
Sad.
And we also know that officer, well, we know now, we didn't know yesterday anything, but today we know that officer has 3 small children, a baby on the way, a pregnant wife, and all that. So we started a fundraiser a couple hours ago. And so the last time I checked before we sat down, in a couple hours we raised $8,000 for this officer's family. All this money will go directly to the kids. So I'm going to call you out right now, Ben Beard. How much are you going to donate to this fundraiser? What you going to do for me?
Let's do 2,000. Let's make it 10.
You want to do how much?
Well, we'll do 2,000 so that you're at 10
I was just
in a
checking,
few
I was
hours.
Like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
No, sorry.
I was like, that's a jump. Which one? $2,000. Thank you very much, sir. I know. And, these people live in Lordsburg. I mean, they do. Like, huge thank you.
That is me. I have 3 young kids and a baby on the way.
Well, and you know what? You and I go to work every day, and we're pretty darn sure that we're going to get to come home at night. Pretty sure. I mean, we know something can happen, but we're pretty sure. These officers, I mean, every one of them, I have the ultimate respect for people who have decided to pledge their lives to keeping those of us safe, even in the face of adversity. I mean, these guys are, Santa Fe's after them, the public was after them for a long time, defund the police, right? Who wants to talk about that today? And these guys still put on that badge every morning, and they leave the house knowing that they may not ever see their family again, and certainly that happened, and I think that's horribly tragic, and that man died with so much honor that, it's the least the rest of us can do, that sleep at night in, within the confines of the safety that they provide us. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for putting it together. I have a buddy that's state police, and yesterday I was reading the articles, and I was like, oh crap, man, like who is this? I texted my buddy, I'm like, man, I hope you're okay.
I sent out a bunch of those texts yesterday. I was like, you guys okay? Is it you? Who's alive? What do we need to do?
Yeah.
But no, that's huge. Okay, so thank you for that. We've talked about charity work. That's important. Let me ask you.
So, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back on your charity question. So, Red Cliff Homes, when we started, we said we were going to donate $1,000 from every house that we sell to contribute to trade education in Las Cruces, and in our schools. Yeah. So we've been doing that, and unfortunately last year with the schools being out of school, they can't do anything. So we didn't make that donation because we just couldn't. So that's why we're looking for the turkey drive, or we've donated a few other places and things to try and use some of that money that we had set aside for donations. So.
Oh, that's wonderful, and that's great, because a lot of people would have just kept it and been like, well, it can't happen. But I think it's so important that even when the chips are down, we donate epically. Let me ask you one more question. Although none of us know what the next 20 days are going to hold. People ask me constantly, when's the restaurant's going to open? I'm like, I don't know. I promise the governor does not talk to me. I guarantee it. But where do you see yourself and your business in the next, let's do the next couple years, the next 5 years, 10 years? Like, what are your goals? Where do you want to be? How do you see yourself involved in Las Cruces and, that kind of thing?
So I am, I would say, fairly heavily involved in Las Cruces right now.
Yes, I agree.
I'm serving as the president of the Home Builders Association, so trying to do as much as we can right now with that, get the association going, get some events going this year, whatever we can do, whatever we're allowed to do to give back to the community. We've started a few things there at the Home Builders Association. We brought back, it used to be called the Anniversary House. I don't know what it's going to be called now, but to give back to the community.
That's a great program.
And It is. We're actually going to do an online auction
cool.
to raise some money for some trade scholarships. Start to fund some scholarships at the different high schools and things. And of course, trying to get back to our golf tournaments, whether we can actually be together as a golf tournament or just go play golf on the same day.
Like, they've had them.
Yeah, so that's something we're allowed to do right now, so that's great. So whatever we can do to get things, as myself, being involved in the future, my business, our plans are to grow pretty substantially. We're trying to get to El Paso within the next 12 months and continue to grow from there. So unfortunately, some of my involvement in Las Cruces will be a little bit divided as I expand to other areas.
That's okay.
But I still definitely want to keep things going in Las Cruces. We will not stop until we get a trade program in the schools, whether that's in the schools themselves or if we have to go start.
We used to have them. We had them. They were amazing. I mean, when I went to high school, we had them. So, what's that, 30 years ago?
Oh, that's what I went through in high school and got me into the construction field.
No, we used to have them, and then they just got rid of them and said everybody should go to college, which, okay, for those of you going to college, whatever, I respect it. I went to college, whatever.
Yeah.
But not, the world can't live with college graduates. Like, we have to have the others. So talk a little bit about, you talked about, the trade programs in that. So talk a little bit about the economic importance, not only to our community, but to those individuals that go through trade. What is the difference in earning potential between somebody who, goes through a trade program and receives that training and that step into the construction industries, or somebody who's just chugging it along in life?
So in the construction careers, there is, everything from entry-level positions all the way up to making ridiculous salaries for presidents of companies and division presidents for national home builders and all that kind of thing.
Let's talk about the common man.
But the common man.
The common man.
Somebody living here in Las Cruces can work for somebody else. That's what I did. I got a college degree, but I worked for somebody else for 5 years. I started my business, and now we've grown. We've been pretty successful. We're making decent money. And I can provide for my family. We have a nice house. We're okay. For just somebody that doesn't get a college degree, they don't have to. I don't think most of my trade contractors, the owners of the businesses, they don't have college degrees. They just worked in the field for a while, got really good at it, and then went and bought a business or started a business.
What's the earning potential?
I don't really get deep into their finances, so I have no idea. But
I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you were looking at the average hourly labor and you go through this trade school, so I'll tell you right now, the average hourly human in Las Cruces averages about $12 an hour. So if you go through this trade school and you're now out on the construction site doing it, what difference does it make? Like, why does somebody want to go through this program?
So your unskilled labor guys, your framers, your concrete guys, they're going to be in that $10-12 per hour range. Your more skilled guys that do get some kind of trade education, generally that's electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. Those guys are going to make 15 to 20, 25, depending on what they're doing.
So it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Okay, so despite the fact that I think you and I would sit here and visit for another hour and a half, those three people over there are either having the worst game of charades or about to have some kind of seizure. I'm not really sure what's going on over there because they're like waving their hands at us. So I think they're trying to tell us that our time is up.
Yeah,
I think
so.
I don't know. They look like defunct Dallas cheerleaders over there. They're all. So anyway, well, I want to say thank you, Ben Beer.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming here to the game. I appreciate you allowing me to interview you. I had a great time, so thank you very much.
Thank you, me too.
It. Thank you all, you guys, for tuning in. We appreciate it. When you see this, please get on that Facebook and donate, because you know what? There's people sacrificing their lives every day to keep us safe and allowing us to go to work.
100%.
And you know what? Those are the people that need our support every day, all the time. So.
And then come out to the game and grab a burger, some.
Yeah, we have some corked
chili.
bats. These are our pecan encrusted green chilies. You said you have never tasted those, so we got those.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we just did the naked wings because Ben's doing 10,000 push-ups a month, so he doesn't need any more extra stuff. So we got him some naked wings there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you guys. Have a good day.